One of my favorite ways to close someone is to just say whatever thing they said they're struggling with that they're not sure about, you just say, hey, in a hypothetical world where that didn't exist, would you say yes? And whatever it is, if that thing doesn't exist and they say sure, then you literally now have only one thing you need to solve to get the sale, right? So if you're tired of having people give you obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, you just say, hey, if you had the time, would you do it? And if they say yes, then it's like, cool, let's figure out how to get you the time, right? And then you can solve one problem and make the deal. And the same thing is, hey, if your wife were on board, would you do it? Okay, cool. Then what do we need to do to figure out so she wouldn't be worried about it, right? And so whatever the thing is, you just say, hey, in a hypothetical world where that didn't exist, would you do it? Cool. And then you can close the one isolated variable.
Okay, as I've always said, Alex is a fantastic brain, a fantastic mind. What carries that forward when you're talking hypotheticals is Alex's conviction and certainty and confidence in himself. A large amount of you don't have anything close to that. So when you hypothetically have a conversation into forward momentum, which is the future, you cannot actually close off the door. And I'll give you an example. If you go to your wife and she says, no, what are you going to do then? The logical answer is, I don't know, I'll have to figure it out when that happens. So the problem is now the conversation today of getting a decision today is over. That's how you end up in follow-up city. That's how you end up chasing around hundreds of prospects every single year. You got to bring the conversation to today. You got to bring it into yesterday. So like this, I would say, maybe you and your wife have looked at something similar to this in the past. What is the first decision that needs to be made together that ultimately decides whether you move forward or you don't move forward with anything? Would it be fair to say then that the conversation that you may or may not actually have to have with your partner is more about a financial decision? Would that be fair to say? Now what I've done is I've moved the conversation from a partner objection into a financial decision. Once it gets to a financial, it's got to go money fear, money logistics. If you follow me, I actually give you the process of how to overcome them as well. Goodbye.